like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do.
Summer in the Southwest, boys. It's hot as balls.
Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured. He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously. Perhaps this isn't really a blight after all. He didn't take it seriously.
True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Then maybe we should move quickly. What would you have him do? Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly. You could if you were not such a fool. Do you think there's any danger? What would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you need me to do? What do you mean? What ritual? A hot meal might be nice first. What do you need me to do? Let's do that.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask
yes,
is that
of
you do not
course.
leave
You're
it for the
entitled to a
time being.
meal.
There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to
Soon
summon
he
the
will
other
seek you
recruits.
out.
Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
What you say? You must pay the toll troll to get in. King Kaelin Theron. So this is Ostagar, the ruins of the ancient... Of an ancient, like, Tevinter Imperium fort, I think.
You must be the Grey Warden recruit the Duncan brought.
Mayhaps.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Oh, fine,
Good luck
thanks.
to you then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna look for any, like, super extraneous dialogue. I will talk to people as we see them. This is Wynn. She does not normally look like this. She looks like this because of a mod. A de-aging mod.
I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynn, and I congratulate you on your heroine.
How's your backwards reading? It's alright.
A dangerous place.
I find it terrifying, to be honest. Yes, I know all about that. It wasn't that difficult. Yes, I know all about that.
Oh, you know all there is to know already, do you? Irving said as much about you. Remarkable self-confidence. So, Grey Warden,
yes.
fighting alongside the king. Not too shabby for someone just out of apprenticeship.
King Kaelin thinks the battle will King Kaelin thinks the battle will go well. I'm confident in my skills. I hope I don't disappoint anyone. King Kaelin thinks it'll go well.
The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine
Nihongo?
man.
Alright.
To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together.
I mean, unless you, like, look purposefully for kanji, I don't know. Then, I mean, then I don't know it. You faced Darkspawn before. Do you know much about... So... Adorian wa Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? You faced Darkspawn before. Do you know much about Darkspawn? You know much about it?
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
What does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm of
Watashi Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu kedo,
some benevolent,
jouzu janai.
far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the
Lenshu
Black
shita
City.
hou ga ii kedo, amari. I don't know how to say. I don't have much time. Or it's not that I don't have much time. It's just that. Dare ga Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Oh, sorry. Dare ga Nihongo ga wakaru no wa Inai. There aren't any people here who speak Japanese. What's the Black City? Do Sparks on also drown? I've heard that. Didn't something happen here?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from
Oh,
the
that's pretty
Divinter
cool.
Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men.
I need more
turning
space
them
on my
into
phone. I used to have like
reflections of their own hearts.
Japanese dictionary
And the
and
Maker cast them back
stuff
to the
like that.
earth, where
I
they
use
became the first
gshow.org
darkspawn.
though. It's really
At
good.
least that's
Really,
what the
really
Chant
good.
of Light says.
It's my favorite website for Japanese stuff. And is that true? The Chantry says many things.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
あ、ドリアン君は日本語を勉強した方がいい。Don't you have any proper advice? I'll just kill every darkspawn I see. At least I'll just kill every darkspawn.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do. than talk
Coffee is
to me.
finished.
Should it find you, you will not have failed your
So, any last
Oh, I
wishes
can't
can
unlock any of the
fulfill
stuff here.
Before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty
That pretty face might find itself on my crotch. Apprentice cowl, vestments of the seer.
face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow.
This
Shall I
time
take a
tomorrow.
quiet glare as a no? Oh, well.
Let's just talk to this dude.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd
Not
be?
an elf, yet here you are. The name's
Not
Davos.
an elf.
It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual? Maybe they did. Isn't that a little paranoid? What do you know about the ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into
Are
the
you?
wilds.
Watashi sugoi desu. First of all, buddy, you're missing a particle in there. So, あなたはすごいですか? 違う. Maybe they will, we'll see. So what? That wouldn't frighten me. The wilds. Aren't there barbarians in the forest? Maybe they will, we'll see. The wilds? I guess maybe they will, we'll see.
It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose
あ、ドリアン
twitch.
君はす
I
ご
guess
い
we'll
で
have
す
to
か?
wait and see. Like we have a choice.
私は思いません. They're forcing you to be here. I wouldn't be here if I did. I'm looking forward to it. I'll watch your back if you watch mine.
I suppose I could do that. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
That's where I'll be. It's terrible. Oh, I can sell all my extra crap to this guy.
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
Because I'm ready to be a Grey Warden.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for... it's simply been so hectic. I never thought... But please, pardon my...
He already didn't like it.
I'm just a
He
common,
posted
simple man.
how
No one's
how
special.
crappy it is already, and the fact that the DLC weapons are just the special weapons from the original games. Like, he was pissed about how cheaply the game was done. Yeah, he already did a impressions on it, and he was super pissed. It didn't look good when I saw what Dynasty Warriors 9 looked like. It did not look good, so I don't blame him. That's why I like him, because he's like us. He likes all the Dynasty Warrior games, and his opinions are overall pretty interesting. You're a forgiven human for now. Perhaps you should treat your servants more kindly.
Yes, of course, you're very right. Did you come for some supplies, perhaps?
Perhaps I did.
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price.
Yeah, it's
I
that
also
open world
have
looking
some,
one.
Goods on the side.
Apparently everybody has
Strictly
like
off the record, of course. Let me know
balls
what you
and
like.
chain and like swords, like they're all just basic weapons. And then as DLC they brought back the iconic weapons that they used to use. What you say? Blackened Heartwood Staff. It's time to make some money, y'all. We don't need 2 of these. Save this for what's her face? Leather boots. Tevinter Bloodbath. Oh, this is worth quite a pretty penny. But I will sell it. Chachi robe. Apprentice robes. Tevinter, Magister's cowl. It wasn't like that in Dynasty Warriors 5. They had their weapons. I think you're thinking of 6. That's when they all had the boring weapons. And Lubu had his stupid chakram thing that he... It was so stupid. That stupid chakram thing that Lubu had. No, 5 they had their regular weapons. It went back to kind of how it was in 3, where you find weapons, and Dynasty Warriors 4 you had the same weapon that just leveled up. Death roots. Ooh, he has quite a lot of elf root, and he has a little bit of lyrium dust. How many poultices do I have? 6 of them? Let's see, a health poultice is 1 silver. How much is elf root? Let me see. 34 copper. So it's about the same to make my own potion. It's like slightly cheaper to make my own potion. So I will buy like 6 of these, or did I need 4? I usually like to have 10, like numerals of 10 for potions and stuff. So I need 6 flasks. Well, I'll just buy 10 of these, because I'm gonna need flasks regardless for potion making. Buy 10 of these and buy 6 of these. I'll just make my own. Yeah, that was number 6. I have 6, as a matter of fact. That last time we all got together, I brought it and we played it for a little bit. Yeah, 6 was crap, man. Like the Renbu system, I hated that. You have to fight to build up your attack. Like, that makes no sense. Stay in combat and fight to build up your attacks. I think I've sold everything I can. I think this dude sells a backpack, yes? For 57 silver? He does. Good, good. Repressed it. You're just like in therapy. So, Adrian, what's wrong with you? There was this horrible game where all these Chinese characters had swords and pikes.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eye.
Greetings. You must be the 3rd recruit we've heard about.
I must be. I am. Who are you? Yes, I'm Solarian. You've heard about me?
Not a great deal. We've been waiting for your arrival, though.
We've been waiting
Saturi
for
is my
you.
name. I hailed from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of our layman. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley.
You are
all
unaware
human.
of many things. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe they need to start letting fewer humans in. Do you have a problem with that? I'd rather not talk about it. What's that supposed to mean?
Just that in some places, elves are not always permitted in the military. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens.
I mean, no
Is it
no
not
offense, of
thrilling to be
course.
given that chance?
You're just a filthy elf. I'm sorry. I'm curious about the joining ritual. Aren't you nervous about fighting Darkspawn? I wouldn't be here if I had the choice in the matter. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. You're not all that smart, are you? I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
Only that it's dangerous. It's all a big secret, apparently.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
I'd best get back to Duncan. Sono Gemu wa Daisuki. I can't read that kanji. Matekita. Where did you get that translated? Like, I'm not fluent in the language, and if you're testing me, then I guess I failed. Sono Gemu wa Oki. I Can't read that kanji. Ni motekita. Oki, something. I can't read the rest of it. I haven't practiced my Japanese.
Huh.
If
Someone
I had
finally
an
found and
app,
talks to the lone prisoner.
yeah, I
I
know. If
suppose
I
you've got
had
a
an
sentence,
app,
mate.
I'd be able to turn the tables on you. But you're using your phone. No, I haven't. You've been sentenced. And if I have, no, I haven't.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you.
You're dishonorable.
wants
You're
food
using
and
an app.
water.
I can speak Japanese
They
just
haven't
out of
fed me since I
memory.
was
You don't have
locked
to
up and
type it into an
starving.
app. Come on now. I'll see what I can do. Why would I want to help you? Tell me why you're in there first. That's horrible. Why haven't they fed you? Tell me why you're in there.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think.
You dishonor
There's
me.
no arguing them out of it, though.
Did you ever
Tommy's
play
funny that
Samuro
way.
on Heroes of the Storm? He's a Japanese stereotype. Oh, dishonor. Sono gemu wa oki. So all that dishonor will watashi ni motte kita. That the game dishonored you or greatly dishonored you? Did you desert? And I bet you're innocent as a sunrise.
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter?
Does it
All
matter?
I want is a bit of food and water.
See what I can do. It matters if your cause is just. Why stick around the camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp.
Stealing.
I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were
I
arrested.
swallowed it, but it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
It's like, did he crap in the cage? Like, that's horrible. Oh, excuse me, I'll see what I can. That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, do you want the key or not?
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner.
He's still got some
I saw him
dinner.
put it in his coat.
Excite and it's free. My uncle uses it to translate Japanese sites and posts. Okay. Excite, you say? I'll definitely look into it.
Lucky dog.
Assuming I have
Great
space on my
Wardens get to
phone.
ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
I should go. Who is this prisoner exactly? Why did he want to desert? It seems a waste for you to guard him all day. I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He claims he wasn't deserting. He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Persuade. So you missed one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it.
He
though.
has a
If
key that
anyone
he
asks
shat
why he's
out that I
burping,
can
I'm
use to
gonna say
get
it was
loot.
you. Just so you know.
That's why I care. Alright, buddy boy, here you go.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
I'm so hungry I could eat a cow. Here's some food. Give the food to the prisoner.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key.
Oh, yeah?
Use it in good health, huh?
There was, it might have been a restaurant here, as a matter of fact. I think it might have been Katana. I don't remember if, you went to Katana with us. The teppanyaki grill, but, I went there with some friends of friends. With a friend, and I guess I was kind of her friend at the time, but, they ordered Wagyu beef, and they cooked it themselves on this, like, really hot rock. It was kind of like it's kind of like a similar thing, but they spent like $25 for it, and it's like that seems rather excessive. It's like $25 to cook your own food on a like a rock is
I
hilarious.
hate to waste such a promising member of the
But Wagyu
band.
beef is like it's Kobe
Are
beef,
you the new warden? I could
so
use
it's like
some
really
help.
high quality meat. What's the problem? Why should I help you? I don't know anything about dogs. What's the problem?
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong.
Katana's really good. I haven't
His
been there in
owner died in the
years,
last battle,
mostly
and
because
the
it's
poor
freaking
hounds swallowed
expensive.
darkspawn blood. I have
But
medicine in my
Tokyo
house.
sushi is
I
pretty
need
good
him
here.
muzzled first.
Although I have my suspicions that the guys who run it are Korean and not Japanese. I'll give it a shot. Why do you think I could muzzle him? Just how smart is this dog? I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away.
Let him
if he
smell you.
responds. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
I really hate you to put him down. There, boy. Soon you'll be at peace. Put the muzzle on the dog. Like, that's like, I'm not a huge dog fan, but like,
Well done.
who
Now
picks
I
the
can treat
second
the dog
option? It's just
properly,
like, that's
poor
just
fella.
cruel.
Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it.
I could
It's
use
very
it.
distinctive, all white with a blood red center.
I'll see if I can find one. Do you think I have nothing better to do? Why don't you get it yourself? Will the dog be alright without it? We're in the wilds. When I find the flower, I'll find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Charles Dahmer? Do you mean Jeffrey? Do you mean Jeffrey Dahmer? Jeffrey Dahmer was a sociopathic murderer who murdered gay men because he hated himself for being gay. But I guess you probably would have killed a dog if you're crazy enough to kill another person. Then I guess you're crazy enough to kill a dog. Whatever. He's not worth remembering. Yeah, you're right. He really isn't. It's just Charlie Dahmer. It's like just some guy you're blaming. Like, what if there happens to be a guy named Charlie Dahmer, and you're like, "That's Charlie Dahmer, asshole," and he's like, "I didn't do anything."
This wretched thing is a dog sport.
You're like, "Whatever. You're not worth remembering, Charlie." But yeah, I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer would kill a dog, or maybe he liked dogs and just hated humans. Like, he would sever a human's head and put it in his fridge, but he wouldn't do that to a dog. I don't know. People are crazy creatures. Sometimes unthinkable. Unthinkable. Whoa, this is trippy looking graphical bug.
There were lots of dogs sport.
It's like peering into the abyss. There are some things we can collect, like elf root and junk. Not that way though. Where's the tower at? Tower of Ashal. It's over that way. Oh, we still haven't found Alistair yet either. Hey man, can I open this?
Of course.
That course of action.
That course of action is most unwise. You're like, fuck you, Charlie Dahmer. I was like, come on, man, I didn't do jack shit. Oh, I can't. I forgot. I'm not a rogue. Rogues are so nice. They get so much extra loot. Well, let's just go on to Alistair. Alistair.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother.
I actually like
Sir
Alistair.
Mage, she desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Tell her to go fuck herself.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
He's the fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
We haven't met. You must be Alistair. I am indeed a mage. Would that make your day worse? I'm indeed a
And
mage.
here I thought I'd been yelled at by every mage in camp. Wait, I
Only
do know
giddy
who
kid,
you are.
that means you
You're
have to make me
Duncan's new
some.
recruit from the Circle of Magi.
Although I do
Recognized
prefer
you right
Maki
away,
rolls
I
better.
apologize.
Or like, cause the ones that are like rolled. I think Onigiri is where it's on top, yeah. And you must be Alistair. How could you recognize me? That's alright. No offense taken. If you're a problem with my magic, say so now. Can't read the instructions because it's in Japanese. Well, you can show it to me sometime. We can probably figure it out. And you must be Alistair. How could you not? How could you recognize me?
Duncan sent word. He spoke quite highly of you. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden. Though I guess you knew that.
Maybe.
As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Let's get on with it then. Pleased to meet you. My name is Solarian. I can't prepare on my own. What can you tell me about this joining?
Right, that was the name.
That was the name.
So I'm curious. Have you ever
Nah, I didn't have the money to. My friend Jeremy watched it though. Have you?
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how much.
And I remember you sent me that text message whenever The Undertaker came out. Like seconds after you sent me that, or seconds before. Jeremy was like, "Holy shit, The Undertaker just came out and beat the shit out of John Cena." And I'm like, I don't know, like I didn't care because the minute The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, I stopped caring about his career. The argument I saw, what was it about? You don't accompany, do you? You're the other recruits. I look forward to traveling with you.
You do?
That's a first.
That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Yeah, now we have our resident tank. I will be messing with their strategies when they get more build. I mean, I could do it now. Archer. Defender. Cell being attacked by range attack, shield bash, and shield pummel. So let's move this all the way to the bottom. What I learned recently is that you can activate sustain mode abilities even if you have less mana to activate them or whatever. So like essentially you can cast those abilities for free. So I'm going to have him use as much of his energy as possible before turning that mode on. So enemy nearest visible. And one of these moves is a knockdown. Use ability shield bash and shield pummel. So shield bash is a knockdown. That's really good CC. Let me see. Enemy nearest visible. Oh, was it? I mean, apparently John Cena had been talking shit for weeks, right? And then the Undertaker just comes out and beats his ass. Self, game mode, combat, activate mode, shield cover, save preset. So if this works right, he'll do these things first and then he'll activate this. I'm more of a controller, dude. Or a debilitator, I guess. I think we've done everything in camp that we can do for now, so let's go out into the wilds. I should have zoomed into my picture a little bit. I look like further away than Alistair does. It's because I'm more lithe as an elf.
I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations.
Twitter.
Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
Mages,
The
Alistair.
revered mother ambushed me. The way she
8086347. I don't know who that number
She
is.
forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood. One for
Not
each
interested
recruit.
in that. No, he watched it. When you subscribe, apparently when you subscribe to the WWE Network, you get a month for free. So he used that free month to watch WrestleMania. And if you're subscribed to WWE Network, you can watch the pay-per-view events for free. And what's the second task? What do we need darkspawn blood for? Go to the wilds. Is it that dangerous? Surely you required some blood before now. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them.
Don't know that number.
I want you to retrieve these scrolls.
And also I'm streaming, I would answer the phone. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood. What kind of scrolls are these? What if they're no longer there? Is this part of our joining too? What kind of scroll are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having
Formalities.
forgotten their commitments to us.
There
I
are
suspect
always
it may be a good
formalities
idea to
which
have
must be
something to
observed
remind
by
them.
two of the meeting of the Dove. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood are disturbed, and what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen.
It was pretty cool. It
though the
started
seal's
with a
magic should have
multi-man
protected
melee
them.
tribute to Andre the
Only a
Giant.
Grey Warden can break such
Yeah, that
seals.
sounds pretty like I don't
Why
still
leave such things in a ruin if they're so
I would
valuable?
like wrestling if
It
the
was
stories
assumed
were
there
more
would be something
interesting and the
returned.
wrestlers themselves were
A
more
great many
interesting.
things were
Like
assumed that have not held true.
there were such big personalities in the 90s and early 2000s that like I liked, what was it, Bray Wyatt, the guy who was like the leader of that weird cult. Like he had an interesting, cool angle. Like there were some cool moments that I remember. But overall, like I've just, well, one thing, I don't have cable to watch Raw anymore, so not having money is like difficult for a lot of reasons. Alright, find 3
Watch over
vials
your
of blood,
charges,
and
Alistair.
blah blah blah.
Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Oh my
And
god,
may
my
the Maker
moves are
watch over
sweating
your path.
profusely.
I will see you when you return.
Tainted blood. Alright, let's go. Well, let's go. Wait a second, where's that elf at? We can get a free weapon from him with our persuasion. Oh man. I should have followed him. I don't know if we can still do it. Because there was an elf here that this guy was talking to, and if you pass a persuade check, you can actually get a free weapon from him, and it's pretty decent. Dang. That's one thing that's kind of difficult about streaming and playing a game at the same time, is like you're kind of on autopilot because you know what to do a lot of the time. And you'll forget the subtle things, like, oh man, I should have talked to that elf to get that sword. I mean, we'll be alright. I don't see him anywhere, so. And I'm not about to go all the way around camp looking for him.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open.
Alright, we'll see you,
Just
dude.
be
Thanks for
careful
coming.
out there. Even a Grey
Call me
Warden
sometime.
won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Won't be safe in the forest tonight. Why don't you come up and see me sometime? Never enter battle with your bare hands. Use the inventory screen to equip new weapons or armor for quick access to restorative items like help us drag them from the inventory to quick bar along the bottom of the screen. This is quite the loading time. Okay, we're fine. It's because it was also auto-saving. Speaking of auto-saving, I should probably save my game. Alright, let's set up these guys. We have some followers now, party members. Davith, I mean, he's a rogue, so we'll have him as Scrapper. He doesn't have any abilities. And we'll set Jory to also be a Scrapper. Mighty Blow, Sunder Arms. Alright. Whoa, I forgot that just walking in here. It's kind of refreshing when you're like ranged. Because you don't really have to worry about like fighting a whole bunch of things. Yeah, mages are so overpowered in this game. I'm not even like combat oriented, and I'm still like you have so much utility. This right here starts a little side quest for us. I have it like pretty much memorized, so.
Over here.
So.
Who is that?
Who does number 2 work for?
My scouting band was attacked by darkspawn.
He looks pretty dead.
They came out of the ground.
Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Let's kill him. Let's bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Yeah, you do that, buddy. Don't mind all the wolf corpses.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the horde.
How do you know?
How do you know?
I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
Overcoming these dangers is part of our test. You forget I have magic at my command. We'll be fine. You sound like a coward to me. I agree this is too dangerous. Part of the test.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
I'm horrified. Wildflower. They call her Wildfire. So here's a little nifty thing. If you push H, you can stop your party members from running up, which means we can like safely pull enemies to us without pulling too many of them. And then the minute you want them to like start attacking again, you just see, at this point I'm fine with them going over there. So we have to be pretty close to use Horrify. Like, it's crazy, man, how good mages are. That's, I mean, but the opposite also holds true. Enemy mages are just as dangerous and will be the cause for most of your wipes in this game. So you really need to know how to handle them accordingly. Like, focus the shit out of mages, or else you are gonna get smoked pretty heftily, I will say. Oh, I should also make those health potions. And before I forget, let's drag them onto the bar for everybody. Man, the only thing about chorizo is it gives me heartburn. Let's do this. Alright. And that's just if I need to quickly heal, then I have that option there. But yeah, that corpse at the beginning, that's actually I don't know if he's a pilgrim or like a chantry member, but he pretty much says like, oh yeah, you know, I'm here in the wilds for whatever reason. There's a fear of the Darkspawn.
Look there.
Look for me, my son, because we're supposed to meet up together. And sorry, let's just got a Twitter update, but I'll save that for later. He's like, oh, and he gives you like clues of where he might be. So what I want to do here is that everybody halt. And what we're going to do is we're going to send Alistair into battle here. That way he gets all of the aggro. And we're going to do our best to try to CC as many things as possible. and just proceed to let everybody continue on with the murder. And there we go, that wasn't too bad. I only had to use one health potion. Health poultice, whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty much my advice, like, for people who are having trouble, because this game, even on normal, this game can be challenging. And because I have mods installed, like, as you saw, like, some of the mods I have installed increase the amount of enemies that I fight. So it's like a soft difficulty increase, which is why, like, I'm not playing on hard or anything. And I've seen somebody play in Nightmare, it's pretty crazy. So we're gonna need to do some CC. Let's see, let's target this guy with vulnerability hex. Freeze him and then switch over to this guy. Pause, health potion, go back. Just freeze on that guy. Alright.
You could have just given up, you know.
Like, this game, like, I'm not even the best at these kind of situations. But if you're pretty decent at, like, micromanaging, like, this game should be a cakewalk for you. Mug Idol, Rigby's Field Journal. So this is a little mini quest that we can do out here in the wilds that gives us pretty decent loot. And he just talks about these signs of the Chastened, like people who are wilder folk that he's like tracking them, like maybe to convert them. I forget what his mission was. But like around the swamp, you'll like see these, I don't know why they're bushes, but just look for the white X's on the map. And eventually it's going to take you to areas where you need to go anyway. So we might as well do this while we're doing other things. It's around here somewhere. See, that's the trick. Like, there's no, like, discernible, like, oh yeah, it's right here. See, it's just this random patch of grass. Like, I don't know if there's supposed to be something here, but it's not there. It's just sort of like, hover your mouse over the general area, and once you get the little eyeball, just click it. I don't know if there's a mod that fixes it or anything. What are we going for next? Weakness. Like, I could go for paralyzed, but I like... Ooh, bosses are really weak to... I'm gonna get Affliction Hex for now, because that'll give us AoE. And I'm just gonna move this off and put it like that. Because they do the same thing, it's just one is an AoE hex and the other one is a single target hex. No, I haven't missed it. The next sign is up here. So pretty much you follow these signs. And if, when you hear this noise, that means there's some rogues nearby, so watch out. I should get Mind Blast. I don't know why I haven't got that yet. Let's put that guy, let's horrify that guy. I was gonna say put him to sleep, but sleep is the next spell after horrify. Oh, the chasing symbol's right here. See, it's like always like a bush or by a bush or something. It's like they're not easy to find. Like, they're not discernible on the map is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't look in a direction and say like, oh yeah, there's a sign of the Chastened has been here. It's just click a random bush and there you go.
What's this?
What's this? So Rigby was that guy at the beginning. It had a note to his son. And he said, go to the place where we normally meet in the woods. And it's over there, but it's guarded by a bunch of wolves. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull them ourselves.
All right,
pull a couple of them, that way we're not swarmed. So we'll freeze this one. And horrify this one. And then turn hold off so that our guys will start attacking. Freeze. And that's pretty much it. Like, if you approach combat cautiously with strategy, you'll be fine. It also helps a little bit if you know what's coming. Like, see, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it on hold and we're gonna send Alistair into battle over here. Wait for him to get as much aggro as possible. Now we'll turn hold off. And we'll use Affliction Hex on that guy. And then proceed to fuck him up. And we'll use... what is that ability called again? Disorient. We'll use it on that guy. There you go. Easy as pie.
Of course.
Although Alistair did get a little close to dying. I should have paid better attention to that. Sometimes you can get a little caught up in the moment and not realize that somebody's like pretty close to dying. We're gonna want to take that back from him. Let's just say Jory and Davith are not permanent members. So anything we give them for just the wilds, we're gonna want to take back. Okay, where's the... so we're not going here yet. We'll go in that direction soon enough. But I should have gotten Mind Blast. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I know why I didn't. It's because I'm not going to stay, like, as a ranged mage. The minute we hit level 7... we are going to be mostly a melee mage, which seems weird. And... it's not the most optimal way of playing mage, but it's something I've always wanted to do. And so here's another chastened marker, I guess. Whatever you call them. So here... we have to be careful because it's going to be a big fight here. First of all, let's disable that guy. Use Affliction Hex on that guy. See, we want to distance ourselves from that rogue. So he's gonna come after us. Let's use Disorient on him. That way he does less damage to us. Use Affliction Hex on this Hurlock. Use Horror on that Rogue. Yeah, just auto attack because we don't have any more mana. I could make... oh wait, I have mana potions, I guess. I just like the banter too that they have during battle. It's really funny. Really good. Overall, this game is really good, and I enjoy playing it.
Delighted.
Ooh, we can hear all the creepy sounds of the swamp too. Ow, my tailbone. Oh, there's one guy over there. There we go. See? Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Well, as a mage, things are considerably easier. Especially since you have full control over what they do. You can make smart decisions. But see, this like we have very few like attacking spells. We're more about controlling enemies. And we let our allies kind of, with this build anyway, we let our allies do most of the work. And two-handed warriors has pretty decent damage overall. Chase inside. It's right here somewhere. There it is.
Of course.
Alright, where are we headed to from here? I know. Well, we can't open any of these chests. They're just taunting us with their promise of loot that is forever unattainable to us. Davith might be able to have opened it. I should have tried. But I don't think his lockpicking skill is high enough. Oh yeah, we should probably save. Anytime the game auto-saves us like that, it's probably because something big's gonna happen. See this a-hole over here? Like, he's gonna run and try to lead us into an ambush, but we can stop that from happening. Just by hitting the hold button. See, he runs away. That's fine, we don't need him. Then we're out of combat. Let's turn hold off. Let's move up here closer, because the guy's gonna come back. Like, he resets himself for whatever reason. He usually does. Let's see what happens. I don't know if we were supposed to hit him a couple more times than we did. Oh, yep, here he comes. Right on time. So just hit hold, because we're gonna want to, like... use Horrify on him. Dang, Horrify is like a pretty close range spell. Wait, run away, because he's actually hurting us pretty good. Now if he wants to hit us, he's gonna have to come closer. And at a time like this, what I want to do is send them over there. Because he's focusing me right now. But now he's focusing them, see? Good, we got a freeze on him. Nice. Dang, Jory got effed up. That's fine, as long as we didn't get effed up, that's what's important. Like, that's what's important here, is that we don't get fucked up. Use Disorient on that guy. We'll use Fear on this guy. Oh, he resisted. I think with higher magic, you have less of a chance of your spells being resisted. I'm not entirely sure, though. They will hit most of the time. Darkspawn Staff. 1 spell power, 2.5% spirit damage, or 1 fire damage. What we have is better. Chances are what we have will be better. Until we start getting like really good weapons. And that won't come until like mid to late game. Right. More hidden gem locks. Let's fear that guy. He resisted. Yeah. Deathroot extract. When you're a rogue, that's really good because you can make a poison that has an increased chance to stun. We did not get the last little chasten sign thing, which is what we need to do in order to get the loot from that quest. I was so preoccupied with killing that emissary guy. It's yeah, here it is. Again, no discernible landmark. You just click randomly on a bush. And here we go. Barbarian Mace, Chastened Crusher, a Wild's Bow, Thane Helmet, some Chastened Robes, Topaz, Malachite, and Quartz. Pretty hefty haul. And we're gonna go ahead and put that Thane Helmet on well, it reduces hostility though. We don't really want that. We want him to have all the hostility. We could put it on ourselves. 10 mental resistance. We don't have enough strength though. I mean, I don't want it on Alistair because reducing hostility is a stupid thing to put on a tank. Like, tanks need to have all the hostility. But over here, we just picked up some little thing off of that dead soldier back there. It refers to this thing right here where you can fight a little mini boss. He can be tough. So let's give it a go. You see a pile of stones, sprinkle more ash on the stones. Okay, there's this guy, so we're gonna want to use Affliction Hex. I don't know if Warfire works on him, we can try. Oh, it did, nice. Please, sir. I have nothing that can give you. Okay. I mean, Alistair will become a much better tank. Once we have more, you know, talents and whatnot for him. Right now, he's just kind of an okay tank. Is there anything over here I might have missed? I don't think so. I've done this opening a couple times already, and I didn't miss anything then, so I don't expect to be missing anything now. We could save just to be safe. If we don't have to repeat a fight, we might as well not. Unless it's a fight that's fun, of course. There are a few fights in this game that I consider to be fun. A lot of them are really hard or tedious.
Shame about the face.
See, that's the thing, is I should have played this smart, because now...
And so I shall.
Now, we're gonna have to fight a bunch of enemies at once. Alright, good. Very good. Very good fight. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Alright.
Enchanted dagger.
And so I shall.
And let's just have a draft. Or drought. Although I think it is draft. A draft of stamina. Of lesser stamina. Malachite. Or chite, I'm not sure. It's not something you hear spoken out loud very often, if at all. Alright, we got the documents.
Delighted.
Oh, I was
Well, well.
stabbed him in their
What
enchanted
have we
shit.
here?
I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get my dagger all dirty.
Are you
My
a
magical
vulture,
shin!
I wonder.
My source of all my
A
power.
scavenger, poking amidst a
I'm sorry, but
corpse whose
enchanted shit
bones
is just
were long
hilarious.
since cleaned? Or merely
What
an
say you?
intruder? Come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey.
Oh. What say you?
What say you? Scavenger or intruder?
I'm neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower. Intruder, and just how are these your wilds? I would first know who you are and where you come from. Where did you come from? Stay back. Intruder.
Because I know them as only one who owns them could. Can you claim the same? I have watched your progress for some time.
Where do they go, I wonder?
Why are they